What's going on, you guys? Today I am going to be doing some Stormtroopers, and I've set up, actually I got a couple of speeder bikes out here too, but basically this was the first miniatures game I have played that the minis didn't come already on the bases, and I decided for now I kind of want to leave the bases as is, so I didn't want to glue the minis to the bases until I had them painted. That being said, I was like, well, how am I going to go ahead and you know, basically prime them and everything without getting primer all over the bases, because I want the bases to look nice and gray for the Empire, nice and red for the Rebels, at least for the start. And some friends basically advised me to use this sticky tack stuff, this wall tack, and this is the type of stuff that you can put posters on. I used to use it, it was blue years and years ago, but now it's white, or at least the brand I bought was white. But yeah, I just got this at like Walgreens. It was like a few dollars. And I'm using a plate here because I had some overflow. But basically this is a great way to be able to prime them, and I'm using Chaos Black, and I am outdoors in a well-ventilated area, and I am going to just get the heck out of them there. And it's nice because you can go around and I can pick you know, I can pick this up and then spray all around. See, I missed some spots, so I can come in here from the side and get it from all different angles. All right, so I'm going to look at trying to do some speed painting. I've kind of already done one really quick, and it's not going to look the best, but we're trying to do it quick so I can play as quickly as possible. So I'm going to be using White Scar from Citadel and a little bit of Eshin Gray. And I don't think the colors really matter a whole lot because of the fact that I'm mixing them, because I don't want to use straight up white. Mix this in here, get some water, mix them quite a bit, and I'm going to get a nice blend and just kind of do a first coat over this guy. Quickly over him. I'm kind of doing like the dry brush technique here, and I'm gonna let this dry. Trying not to go inside the cracks, because that's usually the black parts. All right, so basically I've just put like a grayish dry brush first coat over there. Now you're probably wondering, well, if you were going to do this, why did you do black? Well, because I wanted black to get in all of the creases without having to put a wash over the top. So I like doing black because it's just a way so that I can get painting much quicker. So now I'm going to put a lot more white in here. We're doing almost pure white at this point. And there we go. And now I'm going to come over and try to get the top coat in. I'm going to go nice and dry over the helmet because I don't want this to get into where the eye sockets are, because then I have to go back over that with black and it becomes a pain in the butt. But I'm still going mostly light over. I'm not going too thick. Don't want to be too wet. And I will come back over with some black and touch up like the holster for the gun. But like right in here, right in there, or like in the knee, I don't want to like get in there because that's already black now, you know. I'll do the shoulder pad last. And another reason to do the gray first too is it makes it easier for the white to kind of stand out. I am not the best painter though. It's one of the reasons I'm doing Empire first. See like right there, I get the little black parts in the back of the helmet. It's just kind of like dry brushing over the top. Let's try and do the helmet here by just going down. And there we go. So we got able to preserve a lot of that detail with the black primer underneath. And this is quick. This is like super, super quick. So if you're trying to get playing like within a day or so, you can do it this way. Whoops, I hit some of the underneath. That was supposed to be black right there. So I'll have to, I mean, again, I'm going to come back with a little bit of black touch-ups, but not that much. And I'll put a little bit of white on the shoulder pad. And I'm thinking I can probably do different different colored shoulder pads for different unit leaders. Like I can do like a blue shoulder pad. I mean, I know black and white are already pretty canon, so I might do a black and a white shoulder pad. But it'd be kind of fun to do some different colors as well. Obviously orange. Everybody's gonna have an orange. Yeah, so we're kind of going like that. But I'm just gonna finish up here. So far we got a pretty good looking Stormtrooper after only a few minutes worth of work. All right, so I just put a little dab of Gorilla Glue on this, on the arm here. You can see it right there, just a little bit. I like the gel. It's easier to work with, and I'm just gonna glue this arm in. This one I didn't even really see why it needed to be separate because it's pretty easy to get inside there. But this arm does fall out a lot, so this isn't one that you can really play with long-term snapped in. So another thing is I don't want to do the bottom of the shoulder pads because the bottoms, at least on my Black Series models, are black. So I want to leave that bottom part black. Okay, so next up I'm going to go over with some black touch-ups. All right, so I'm using Abaddon Black, although this is a base, and you probably would want maybe a layer type paint at this point. I'm just using what I have, and you know, I'm going to thin it out anyway. So yeah, gonna thin it out a little bit anyway with a little bit of water. All right, and I just want to get those little armor pieces underneath that I hit already. And like this underarm right here. Because some of these are easier to hit than others, and it's a whole lot harder to do a Stormtrooper in white and then have like a super needle brush and come in and hit every single, you know, crease. And then the gloves, I didn't need to get all the fingers, it's only that top part. You know, still want the fingers black. And that's one of the things that happens when you dry brush. You kind of get a lot of loose strokes, and they're easy to fix. I also have to do his little holster here. This is kind of like black leather that holds his. His blaster rifle. And of course, if you have more time, you could probably have not gotten your white on this part to begin with. But so it's kind of a give and take. Do you want to spend a lot of time applying the white very carefully, or do you want to apply the white part liberally and then just come back and do touch-ups? I like to just come back and do touch-ups. There we go. Plus, it was only primer underneath there anyway, so it wouldn't have the same finishes as the paint. And I'm going to do a little bit over the rifle as well, since we got stuff all over. We got little bits of paint all over that rifle. And there's actually a couple of little spots in there the primer didn't hit, which you will find from time to time. Okay, not bad. Might get just a little piece in here. And right in there. All right. There we go. Now shoulder pad. Well, I gotta do a little touching up in here too. Some of that was done too quickly. All right, I'm coming back over with some white. This one's not mixed this time. This one's straight white. And it's a little brighter. Oh, it's pretty. I can even go over some of the other parts where the light would be hitting to the tops. This is more than I'll probably do for everybody, but he's the leader, so he can be a little shinier. I'll probably do some squads in like more off-white too. I'll probably do some squads in gray because that's what I did in Imperial Assault. Makes it easier to tell them apart too. Of course, in here, I might give my guys some kind of other color, like a colored leg or a colored arm, or just a stripe, something like that. You know, but there we go. Now we got to do the arm. Let's figure out a color. I think I'll make these guys blue. All right, next I'm using Altdorf Guard Blue. I don't really, there's no specific reason I picked that one, but I've got a lot of it. So if it's a color I end up liking, that's one of my little paint jugs that's mostly full. And I'm just gonna try and get this shoulder pad. Nice. And carefully, because we don't want to get any blue anywhere else. That'll be hard to explain. And this is going to need a second coat. I'm just doing the second coat now. These dry real quick too, so it doesn't take a very long time for the first coat to dry. But I'm liking that shoulder pad. Here we go. Looks pretty good. So this is great and all, but I think all of the Stormtroopers in his squad are going to need something to identify them as being part of his squad. So we got to figure out. I'm thinking I'm just going to do a line on the breastplate. Or maybe a line on the helmet. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do one of these stripes right down the center. And I'm going to try and freehand this. And that's not too bad. And I'm going to spread it out a little more. Make sure I thin this out though. There we go. And if I don't like it, I could always paint back over it with white. There we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It looks a little bit like, reminds me of Rex a little bit. But that's a quick way to do Stormtroopers. You don't have to necessarily, spend all day doing them, especially because you gotta have a lot to do. This is not perfect though, it's definitely imperfect, but it's good enough for you to get you start playing, get your first couple of squads, and you can always come back and add more detail to them later. So let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and go ahead and click that bell for alerts so you don't miss when I announce winners for giveaways. A lot of cool stuff been coming out lately, so it was a good time to be a Star Wars fan. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Subscribe. Click these videos. Hey, Stormtrooper dance, Stormtrooper dance. Everybody dance, it's a Stormtrooper dance. Subscribe! Stormtrooper dance, dance, subscribe! Stormtrooper dance. Click here for a video. Click here for another video. Do, 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 do.